Alright, it looks like we are live. Let me just double check. Yep, getting an ad. An unskippable ad. Come on. Another unskippable ad? That's crazy. 2 of 3. Alright, there we go. Skip. Christopher Likes already in the chat saying hello, happy Selection Sunday, everyone, and Ewan. Happy Sunday, Christopher Like. I did not realize it was Selection Sunday. That is big. I have no idea who's even qualified. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening with that. But as you all remember, we left off last week with some trekker coverage in these mountains. There's a town down here that we didn't make it to because we got here kind of right at 10. So today we're going to be exploring. We're going to be going down this hill, mountain thing, and figuring out what's in the town, where we are, etc., that kind of normal stuff. In addition to that, you may see that the camera angle is slightly different, and by slightly different, I mean is kind of returned to normal. I've broken down my setup, my injury setup, where I was able to kind of lay out, kind of stretch my legs out as I streamed or as I was at my desk. I've taken that setup down now, returned my desk to normal because I no longer need to elevate my foot as much. And I'm realizing just how large my apartment is now that my desk isn't a lie-down, stretch-out desk. So that's been fun. It's been very nice. That is as of like 5 hours ago. So it's been enjoyable. Christopher likes saying ads. That's what YouTube Premium is for. I see none. I am jealous. I am jealous, but I'm not bothered enough by them. How much is YouTube Premium? Maybe I should get. I shouldn't get it. I should not spend my money. I think this is. Are these those hills in Hong Kong? We could be in Taiwan as well. And we're out of coverage. Ooh, excuse me. Cat saying good evening all. Good evening, cats. W Dig saying yo, we are so back. We are indeed so back. W Dig, welcome in. Jones's Cove. Let's look for Jones's Cove in Hong Kong. I feel like we're on this island. Polo Beach. Sunshine Island. Where's Jones's Cove? Jones's Cove. Ill-Tired saying Hong Kong. I'm inclined to believe Ill-Tired with these kinds of things. W Dig saying it's a great day when your school makes it back to March Madness. Again, I have no idea who's qualified. Cat's asking other cars. It'll show where they're driving. This car is on the left-hand side. Yeah. So that's wrong. That shouldn't be. Does Hong Kong drive on the left? Yeah, Christopher likes saying Hong Kong. W Dick saying I like Hong Kong here too. Cat saying that's fire. W Dick, good luck on your school. Good job on your school. Okay, cool. Hong Kong drives on the left. Let's do it. Love it. Onwards. Love the Argentina-Chile ones. Wait, no. The sun's to the south. This is not Argentina, Chile. Is this Mongolia? Ill-Tired saying yes, former British territory. That's the thing. I know it's a former British territory, but I assumed with the, reintegration with the mainland that it would maybe drive on the right. Okay. When crossing from Hong Kong to China, there's a bridge that switches the lane where cars can drive. That's interesting. I've seen that kind of stuff before. I just never knew where it was. I've seen the concepts of it. Yep, that's Cyrillic. This is Mongolia. Any objections to that? Yeah, look at that. This is 100% Mongolia. Words? No words. I think we're catching up to this thing, though. Yeah. This is Mongolia. Cat saying Mongolia, then. Let's do it. Got it. We're killing it. What's this gonna be? This is gonna be somewhere. Oh, okay. Christopher likes saying the English Channel tunnels do the same. Switch lanes. I didn't know that. It makes sense. Like, it makes perfect sense, but I just never thought of that. That's cool. It's got to be kind of dangerous to drive with your wheel on the wrong side. I have a friend who has a left-hand drive car in Florida. And I'm just like, how is this not, like, kind of freaky for you? Okay, ill-tired saying Christopher, like, I don't think so, because the cars go in special train cars and only after they drive off do they switch. Well, but also something to think about, and this is simply, I don't know how exactly the infrastructure of it works, but something to think about is that the trains are on the left-hand side in the UK and on the right-hand side in France. I don't know how that plays into it. I'm just throwing that statement out there. Because you have somewhere like Argentina, where the Brits built the railroads and the subway and the commuter rail. They operate as like left-hand drive. So the train is you're on the platform. There's a train on either side. The one on the left side is going to be the one that's. I'm explaining that poorly. Trains are on the left-hand side basically in Argentina, despite being a right-hand drive country, because the Brits built the railroads and also brought soccer. That's how that went. That's how that came to Argentina. And so the first couple champions of Argentine football are teams called something like Caledonians and St. Andrews, which are obviously Scottish names. Fun fact. I say in a Rangers sweatshirt. Just funny coincidence. Ill-tired saying, yep, the trains often go in a different direction than cars. Little Ill-tired went in the Channel Tunnel when he was 13. Looking out the window to see, because I was excited to see the ocean. Look how far I've come. That's funny. I remember one time, okay, left-hand drive. I think this is Australia, honestly. Christopher likes saying, how about them Queens Royals? I have no idea who that is. Yeah, Crusader Caravans RV Melbourne.au. This is Australia. Any objections to that? But I remember one time falling asleep before entering the Channel Tunnel, and then waking up and not knowing what country I was in, because I slept through the entire tunnel, and I was like, did I sleep for 30 seconds? Did I sleep for 30 minutes? What country am I in? All right, we're doing Australia. W Dick saying a Queens on their debut. Is that a lower league? I'm just gonna Google it. Okay, Queen's University of Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, first year eligible for the... Okay, that makes sense. First year making the tournament. That's awesome. Cat saying the only time I crossed the Channel Tunnel was taking the Eurostar 11 years ago. Man, 11 years. That's crazy. I don't know that plate. Left-hand drive. W Dig saying I'm going to make a bracket group and hopefully more than 2 of us join this year. I remember that. That was fun. I think I got it right last year because I always just pick Florida to win it. And then that strategy worked. I don't know these plates, these red plates. But it's left-hand drive. We're 100% in the southern hemisphere. I don't need to look at the sun. Yeah, the sun's to the north, because obviously it is. How did I just get a notification? I'm on Do Not Disturb. Why does my phone... How does it... I don't know why it does that. It's too complicated now just to set up a simple Do Not Disturb. I have to set up... It's like, special intelligence to figure out what's actually important and blah, blah, blah. And that was not an important notification. I want to undo Not Disturb. D471. It's probably South Africa, if I remember correct. Nope, South Africa is R. Are there D roads, though? I feel like we know this. These are A roads in Lesotho. R roads. It's not gonna be Botswana. Where are D roads? Man. W Dig saying haha and their number 1 seed again. Love to hear that. You didn't watch a single game. I don't know how to watch. Go Gators. Yeah. I'll check the bracket like tomorrow and actually familiarize myself with what's going on. Is this the same red plate? No, it's a different plate. What's going on here? Off chance. I don't think it's Australia. Yeah, A roads, B roads. More A roads. I think D roads are South Africa. I feel like I remember that. Not 100% sure though. Ooh, that feels weird. I'm used to being able to extend my legs further out than they currently are. And I just smacked it against the wall there. But some fun news. I was at the gym on, I think, Wednesday night. Yeah, Wednesday night. And I'm putting my shoe on. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put 2 shoes on. So instead of, English, which we knew was going to happen. Because I'd been going to the gym with 1 shoe on and then the boot on. So I was like, what if I put 2 shoes on? Nobody's really here. Let's see what happens. So I did it. And I was walking. And it was not terrible. Like, it was doable. It was at the point where I was like, okay, I have to walk from now on. To actually, please be an R road. There we go. R68 to Dundee. I don't know where Dundee is in South Africa. I would assume around here somewhere. But I don't know. It could literally be anywhere. But yeah, I'm walking now. On 2 feet with 2 shoes. It's crazy. Cat saying Dundee might be near Port Elizabeth. Gonna need to tell me where that is. So we've got Newcastle. Yep, Christopher Lex saying South Africa. Okay, Cat's saying that city might have a new name now. Let's just go ahead and do it. I'm sure we're good. Yep. There we go. There's Dundee. Near Newcastle. Alright, and then we got... Ooh, it's about to rain. Ooh, not where I thought we were. This is interesting. I expected to see Cyrillic, but we have the Latin alphabet. Yep, more Latin alphabet. Romania, then, I'm assuming. Cat saying Malaysia or Indonesia. Am I actually that horrifically off by saying Romania, then? Let's look at this sign. Yeah, okay. W Dig saying Romania. Cat saying, oh, right, Romania. Well, that sign's blurry. I couldn't decide between blurred out and blurry, so my brain went with blurry. But boy, that's feeling Romanian. Not 100% sure, but you'll start saying no, or Bulgaria. Trying to think of the latter style electrical poles. I feel like Bulgaria is pretty heavy on the Cyrillic, though, and we haven't seen any. We have this Romanian flag on a pole. So I'm going to assume this is Romania. Does anyone object to that? It's then also on this pole down here. And then that pole. So I'm going to assume that this is Romania. Any objections to the flag that appears on multiple poles? Going once. Going twice. Romania. Nice. Ooh, yay, these are my favorite. Let's go check out this town. And read this sign. Don't be in... Okay. National 4. I was afraid that was going to be in a Balkan language. And then we'd be here for a while. Okay. So, yep, there we go. Oh, okay, well, that was easy. I don't think that's an expat because if we look right here, this is Balkan. That's the Croatian flag. I think we are safely in Croatia. Anyone object to that? Katz is saying Croatia. My nose is itchy, as always. Yep, Christopher Lex saying Croatia. Eltard saying fast flag find. No, for real. There's nothing better than a quick Croatian flag. Oh boy. Why is my nose so itchy? Okay, well, we're out of coverage in that direction already. I think that's the Italian plate right there. Ugh. Yep, that looks really nice. Another Italian plate, and we have a sign right there, which is going to be in Italian. Nope, it says stop because Italy's in the EU, so they say stop in English. No words, stop. Let's read this. Tulum, which is Mexico, which is not where we are. Winery, that's in English. Ristorante Pizzeria. I see that 100 times a day, just living here. That looks like Italian. Iltard saying hold up, non-standard EU plate. That's the Italian plate. Is it has the blue on either side. But yeah, I know what you're saying, and that's, yeah, see, there we go. That's a more standard one. It's wide and it has the double blue. Yeah, this is, pedestrian walkway. This is Italian. This is just 100% Italian. Any objections to that? Let's do it. Katz is saying Italy. Going once. Going twice. Italy. Love it. Pescara. Iltard saying, are we sure it's not San Marino? I think San Marino is different plates. That's the big thing. Oh boy, Freezite's here. I sit around stalking, lurking, sharpening my tiny violins, waiting for the moment to throw them at the screen. What's up, pimps? Cat saying hello, Freezite. Welcome in, Freezite. Hope you're doing well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is that Laotian? Or is that's Cambodian? Cats is saying Thailand. No, Thai is too simple. It's not as complex as this. Freezite saying Cat still scares me, the king of Canada. Cat saying I'm not a king, I'm just a normal person. So humble. Humble ruler. I don't think it's Cambodian. Cambodian has a lot that seems to go below the lower margin. Kind of like how like a J does in English. Here we go, yeah. Laos seems to have that more, but it doesn't look like this. It doesn't... Freezite saying nice jersey, pimp. Thank you. Thank you. It's not a jersey. It's actually just a sweatshirt. But it's the single most comfortable thing I own. This is my travel sweatshirt. But I don't wear it when I travel to the United Kingdom. That's when I don't wear the travel sweatshirt, because I don't want to get into a soccer argument on the plane. What's the road direction? Road direction is left. Sorry. Thailand is left. Yes, ill-tired. Thailand is left. This is left. Okay, we have that now. Freezite saying still high level of pimpingness. Thank you. I appreciate it. This looks like Thai now. Okay. I think back there may have just been a weird font. What's this over here? That's not helpful. Yeah, Cat saying this is Thailand then. Well, Cambodia is also left hand, isn't it? No, Cambodia is right hand. Yeah, okay, so this is Thailand. Any objections there? So we should be good. I feel like we normally see a flag by now in Thailand. I'm just clocking that I've worn this on the St. Patty's stream, or like the stream closest to St. Patrick's Day. I did not put that together. Freezite saying you'd see more English text in Thailand. Well, we've got some Latin script here. Is this Freezite saying no to this being Thailand? The words are just slightly... No, I think we're fine. Yep, there we go. Thai flag. We're good. Okay, if it's Freezite saying I don't know. Well, we got it. Also, left-hand drive. Right here. Where is probably Southern Africa. Yeah, Cat saying it's the only country there with those three with the similar scripts that are obviously distinguishable but less distinguishable to Westerners. Of those three that kind of blend together for us, it's the only one that drives on the left side. So yeah, I'm sticking with Southern Africa here. Freezite asking Ewan, should I wear my what's this plate? I don't know. Freezite asking if I should wear the rival jersey to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Do whatever you please. If I had used my brain for 5 seconds before hopping on, I maybe wouldn't have worn this week. This feels a little what's the word escapes me? Inciting. Cash build. St. Joseph's Primary School. I don't know where St. Joseph's Primary School is. Alright, we keep on moving. I feel like this is going to be Eswatini. Why do I think that? It's because it doesn't look like Lesotho. And therefore it's Eswatini. I watched an interesting video yesterday about the history of Lesotho and how it came to be you know, that. An entirely landlocked country surrounded by South Africa. And if you asked me before I watched the video to take a guess on how Lesotho ended up like that, it's exactly what you would expect. It is exactly what you would guess. I predicted the video. It was like, this group took refuge in the mountains from the Zulus. And then the Boers were encroaching on them, so they asked the British to protect them, and the British said sure. And then they just never joined South Africa, and I was like, wow. That's exactly what I saw coming. Maybe not the specifics of, you know, hiding from the Zulus, then the Boers, but very much like, all right, well, there's clearly a natural defense here, and they just hung out here while stuff happened around them for a long time. And now we're in the modern day. History with Ewan. Oversimplified. Hid in mountains. It's crazy how a lot of history is just there were mountains. And that's the answer. There were mountains. Christopher likes saying, true fact, St. Patrick never actually wore green. He donned the color blue. I didn't know that was a real person, if I'm honest. It makes sense that it is. I just don't know the history of it. Hotel. Nice. I know where that is. So, I mean, kind of out there thought, but that license plate looks like it's the colors of the Lesotho flag. Does that make sense? It looks like there's blue on top and then a lot of white and then green at the bottom. That's kind of how that looks to me. Ooh, excuse me. So, I don't know. I could just be imagining things. But we're just gonna keep on going. Keep on moving through the countryside of Eswatini, Lesotho, South Africa. I love these rounds. These ones are always so much fun. It's like, wow, I get to drive around looking for signs. And that's all that there will ever be is signs. There's no other way to get it. I don't know what that means. That's not helpful for me at all. Freezite saying should have gone there to get a hot water pump. To get a water pump for my old BMW back in the day. I'm not sure I get your joke, Freezite. Oh, okay. It looked like we were out of coverage there for a second, but it was just the GeoGuessr messing up. We love that. Now we're at cell phones available here. We've got Where Everyone's Welcome, Save Right. Oh, South Africa on the microbus. No. We've done that before. We've made that exact mistake where we saw the South Africa van, and I was like, look, told you all it's South Africa, and then clicked on it, and it was Lesotho. And the South Africa van was in Lesotho. Mafutseni shopping complex. Let's see if there's a Mafutseni in Lesotho. I don't see it. Let's check Eswatini. I don't see it. Yep. We continue on. CPL supermarket. Yep, we keep going. Yay. Yeah, Cat's saying that's a small place to be called a shopping complex. Oop, Matsapa. I don't know, maybe there's a couple different shops in there. Freezite saying, I remember that. We laughed, you cried. It was a good time. I was just so bamboozled by that. That felt evil. It's like that time we saw the massive Albanian flag, and then it wasn't Albania. And I think it was North Macedonia. Tingwazi Investments. Freezite saying all things point to Lesotho. Tired asking why not Eswatini. I'm more Eswatini here, if I'm honest. Simply because it doesn't look as much like Lesotho. The country code being 3 numbers also points to Lesotho. Big country like South Africa would have a 2-digit code. I think South Africa's is 3 digits though, if I remember correctly. National Agriculture Marketing Board. Which nation? Christopher likes saying I'm 90% certain this is Swaziland. Well, Swaziland police. Yep. Oh, Cat saying that's a map of Eswatini on the billboard. Oh, I'm dumb. I was like, that's such a bizarre logo. Yep. Good job, team. Very good job. That's that's classic Cats just seeing something clear as day on a billboard that I happen to miss. So Eastern Europe? Question mark? Maybe? I don't know. Just a cow. Totally random cow. Is it really just... It is just a loose cow. Good for the cow. Not cooped up on a farm somewhere, just roaming the streets of wherever this is. Yeah, Christopher likes saying Eastern Europe. Let's go over here. Yes, bigger road. Oh, here we go. Romania. Love it. Any objections to Romania? Going once. Going twice. Oh. Tired saying wait, stop. What? It's in Romanian. But I'll let you type. Freezite saying that cow is local thug chief. Not an ordinary cow, of course. Of course. That cow walks around with respect. But yeah, Cat saying this is Romanian. Tired saying never mind. That was our 67th. 6-7. Gotta do it. This is the US or Canada. This is Canada. Let me just... I know what this stop sign's gonna say. So yep. Woo. Oh, okay. Tired saying I read the text thinking I saw Sherbetsky. Freezite saying cow swag, if you may. I don't think it's a thing that anyone's ever said. But yeah, Cat saying Canada. Let's do it. We love our arete signs. This is Montreal. Wait a minute. I walked right by this. Wait, did I? What bridge did I walk over? I walked over this bridge. And then came down here. I got pulled off right here. And then went over these train tracks. Because there's a cool shot of these train tracks when I walked over them. So yeah, only a couple blocks from there. Christopher likes saying never disrespect a cow. They sacrifice themselves for us. Is that a thing? Freezite saying we break ground here on a weekly basis. I guess so. This is Thailand. Oh, yo, Freezite got gas at the Costco near there once. That's sick. Look at that. We've all been to Montreal. This is Cambodia. No, wait. That's Laos. That was a whoopsie. Yeah. Laotian plates, right-hand drive is Laos. And Cat saying Laos on the banner. Even better. Or, I guess, are you also... I assume you also just saw that. It doesn't say Laos anywhere. At least not in a script that we know. I don't know what that means. Alright, let's do it. Nice. Okay, Freezite saying there's a nice farmer's market near there too. Really cool. That's awesome. Did I ever tell the story? This looks like Australia. Oh no, right-hand drive. No, left-hand drive. I'm an idiot. Genuinely, I might have told this story before in here, so I don't remember. But coming back from Serbia, my friend and I, we were... So I guess over the course of 67 hours, we slept 7 hours. Right, so we're tired. We're in the airport in Belgrade. We're having coffee. We're sitting at a table. We're not really saying much because we're just exhausted. And I hear this kid. There's his family at the table near us. And I just hear this kid run over to his parents. He goes, 6-7! And I lose my mind laughing. Because I'm East Ewannnawe. I'm assuming Australia. Yeah. El Tired saying, okay, there's .au somewhere that I'm not seeing. Yep, there it is. Good job. Yep, Cat saying, oops, Australia. Let's do it. But I was like, that was the funniest thing. Is this kid doing 6-7, and that is the Ness and Slingsby. That is 6 and 7 in German, but they got in a flight to Macedonia, so I don't know. Sultan, does that say Normandy or Normanby? Kirkby Moorside. Okay, this is the UK or Ireland. Let's go this way. Freeside saying little kid bringing shame to the motherland. Well, there's also that video. I feel like we have talked about this because I mentioned I think somebody mentioned there was that video where the American kid and the Dutch kid from like across the street both do this to each other. They both do like 6-7. Were we talking about that? That might have been somebody else telling me about that, but that feels like a conversation we'd have here. But Freeside saying 6-7. Lame, bro. I don't know, it was pretty funny. British plates. Let's just find a couple more instances of it to be... Whoop. That's not good. Let's fix that. A couple more instances of it to be sure it's not along the border in Ireland. Nunnington Hall. York. This is the UK. Anyone object to that? Oh, you should be good here. Alright, let's do it. Yep. New York. Okay. I feel like this is going to be English speaking. It's going to be the UK, Ireland, or New Zealand. Yeah, Cat saying UK. Freezite saying teacup magnolia trees. I have no idea what that is. Also, potentially British plates. Could be Dutch. Let's just keep going a bit. As I said when we spawned in, I said this place was going to speak English. So I'm definitely more inclined to think this is the UK. I can't really see the front plate there. This sign is oriented for left-hand drive. This is the UK. Yeah, English. This is back-to-back UK. Anyone object? We're killing it. We start at like 58. Maybe we're not killing it, but we're doing well. You know? Alright, let's do United Kingdom. Wait a minute. Have I been here? I've kind of been near this area, I think. I went kind of like that on the... Because I rode my bike from Aberdeen. I don't remember if I went through Inverurie or Old Meldrum. But then I got to the sea at Cullen. So I was around here. Ish. Oh boy. Alright, let's go read these signs up here. This is the Philippines. Easy dub. Yeah, I can't actually read any of this, but that says para, which is likely coming from the Spanish influence. This says congressman, so I would assume this just is the Philippines. Anyone? Yep, cat saying Philippines. Let's do it. Okay, now, oh yeah, we gotta, I think this will be Baltic. Yeah, cat saying those were in Tagalog. Nah, it's a mailbox. Keep on moving. Going and going and going. We get dilapidate. I'm just gonna stop trying. You know what word I'm going for. Dilapidated. Yeah, whatever. It was funny. Earlier, my roommate had somebody over, and they were like, oh, you want a drink? And I was like, no, I've got to stream in a couple hours. I'd rather be sober for that. And this guy was like, oh, what do you mean? And so my roommate pulled it up on our TV. And he just fast forwarded to a random spot, and like from a couple weeks ago. And it was the classic, this kind of gravel road with a bunch of pine trees. And they were both like, this is Canada, this is the U.S., this is 100% Canada, the U.S. And I just kind of sat there, I let them say it, and I was like, no. This is Finland. And they were like, how do you know that? I'm like, I know it. Christopher likes saying, look at those bollards. Going back to look at the bollards. They mean nothing to me. Iltard saying, well, drunk GeoGuessr stream sounds fun. WDig saying, haha, OMG, I just came back to drunk stream. No, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. I need to, I can't have that exist. The concept is funny, but I can't have video of that exist. I will say I've tried playing this after coming back from a night out one time, because I was like, when you get talked into, basically we went to Dunkin' at one point and got coffee at it was still open. It was right after dinner. We went to Dunkin'. And then we just kept drinking these iced coffees throughout the night. And then I got home and I was like, all right, GeoGuessr killed my ranking, or my ELO. I don't know exactly how it's done. I was doing awful. Horrible. WDig saying it is St. Patty's weekend after all. Iltard saying, though, open to a drink in New York City. Of course. Oh, wait. Here we go. Yep, Baltic, as I said, but I don't know where. Christopher likes saying, guessing Russia. We know it's not Russia now. I would go with Lithuania. There we go. WDig and Cat saying Lithuania. WDig saying Lithuania for sure. Alright, let's do it. Good job, team. Way to go, WDig and Cats. Now this one could be a couple things. Okay, cool. That's helpful. Spanish. Yeah, Cat saying WDig is the expert for the Baltics. See, it's helpful. Everyone has their own little niche areas. We all have different expertise. I'm probably missing it. It definitely says it on there. Ooh. W Dig saying I did book a trip for next month, but sadly not the Baltics. Where you going, W Dig? Oh, we've seen this plate. I think this is a Mexican plate. Because I think I've seen this one around in the States. Yeah, Katz is saying that's Central America. Ooh! W Dig's going to Sicily. That'll be a blast. Month out. I respect it. Yeah, not Saskatoon either. Saskatoon would just be so funny. Saskatoon would have been hilarious. Depending on the day, if you'd done Saskatoon, and depending on the day, I would have been like, you know what, that's hilarious. And then peer pressure everybody else into doing it. And then we have the GeoPimps meetup in Saskatoon. So, Freezite calling W Dig the mayor of Trenton. Yeah. Cat saying your weak spot is South America. Luckily, we've got, you know, our boy Freezite who can speak Spanish. Me who can understand Spanish. We got some Espanol here. And then, yeah, W did doing Palermo for a few days, then back to Naples for a bit too. Naples is beautiful. That's going to be great. Been there. El Tired's asking Syracuse, Italy, not Syracuse, New York, of course. And Cat's saying Guatemala, Nicaragua, Honduras has those plates. Oh, okay. Wow. They all have those plates where it's blue above and below. Great. W Dig saying El Tired, I'm gone for 9 days in April, but we'll be back when you're in New York City. That'll be exciting. El Tired in town. Blah, blah, blah. Nope, I don't know. Freezite saying W Dig is going to go talk to a guy about another guy about a debt he can never repay. Hashtag Mafia Don. Hopefully not. But El Tired asking, flying out the 22nd, I'll be in JFK then. Freezite saying no habla anymore. What do you mean, no habla anymore? What's that flag? I don't think that's actually anything notable. Okay, and El Salvador has that plate as well. Awesome. Oh, okay, retired from Spanish speaking. Of course. That is how that works. My bad. What's that? What's that B? What currency is that? W Dig saying flying back on the 21st, but to Newark. Oof. Ooh, Arturo saying no Sabo. This bro's a no Sabo kid. R.I.P. No Sabo tambien. Or I guess, wouldn't that be Tampoco, I guess, if it's no Sabo, if it's a negative? No Sabo Tampoco. Tampoco is a hilarious word to me because I did not learn it in any sort of normal fashion. I learned it at, Panama. MassMobilePanama.com. No airport lounge fight then, yeah. Rain check the battle. Freezite asking B, would that be Bolivian money? No, Bolivia, what does Bolivia use? I don't know. What do they use? I don't remember. But let's do Panama. Okay, Freezite saying Tampoco really only means neither. Yep. See, the thing is, I learned Tampoco at a bar in Argentina. It was a language exchange thing. And I spoke enough Spanish that somebody who could speak a bit of English, it was easy for us to talk. And that's still kind of the level that I'm at. You know, we can have kind of basic conversations. But I was talking to this one guy who spoke virtually no English, and he was trying to learn it so he could go to Denmark. And I've brought this up before. But then we're talking, and he says something, and he says Tampoco, and I'm like, hey, it's Tampoco. But he doesn't have the English to explain it, so he's like trying to use objects to explain it and everything. It was really funny. Okay, Balboa is Panamanian currency. I thought they just used the dollar. Bolivianos. Panamanian Balboa. That's wild. Yeah, I really thought they used the... Okay, but they call Balboa there. That's so bizarre. Also, we're getting a lot of... Oh, it's India. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention because I was talking. Okay, Balboa doesn't exist anymore. We good with India? Any objections there? Here. Yeah, we're not on Panama anymore, so I can Google it. Panama... Balboa. Okay, so it's pegged to the dollar. Does Panama still use it? Yeah, always been tied to the US dollar. Does not print its own, instead uses the US dollar. This doesn't make sense. It circulates alongside the US dollar and is used only in coins. So that one thing where it said, like, what, a couple thousand Balboa, you're just gonna pull up with a sack of coins. Arturo saying you don't exist. That was a good comeback. That's a good one. We spent a lot of time thinking on that one. Okay, yeah. Katz is saying, yep, Balboa is in coins only. That's wild. Yep, okay, Freezite remembers. It was 65,000 Balboa. So imagine pulling up with that. Because also, the Balboa coins, that's... Okay, this is Polish. I can see the Polish flag up there, too. Over there. Any objections to that? Because those are... It said it came in, what? 5, 10, 15 cent... 65,000 coins. It wouldn't even be 65,000 coins if it's 50 cent coins. It'd be 130,000 coins. Yeah, Kat saying Poland, definitely. Let's do it. Love it. Continuing on, we got... Where are we? This is Sweden. Anyone object to that? Freezite saying, I haven't existed since Wednesday when I almost died. I was ready to haunt you and two. Big ups for the paranormal friends we made along the way. Did you actually almost die on Wednesday? Yep, everyone agrees in Sweden. It's funny with Freezite spelling my name wrong. I have a friend who... can't really read that. I have a friend who has an English mother. So she's familiar with the other spellings of you, and she's, like, aware of the culture. And so it's a joke we have where she'll write my name as like, instead of E-W-A-N as E-U-A-N, because I like that spelling better because it's a bit more phonetic. So it's a joke we have. She spelled it like that in a group chat recently. And since then, for the past 2 weeks, people have been saying to me, oh, I didn't realize you had two different spellings of your name. And I'm like, no, it's a joke that we have. It's pretty funny. Freezite saying it was a 6-7 type situation. What is a 6-7 type situation? You almost died when you heard a kid say 6-7 in what you think is German. Cat saying, oh, EOGHAN. I don't like that spelling. I like the EUAN. That one's nice. It's phonetic, it's simple. When people guess it, they get a lot closer than they do with EWAN. So that's absolutely my preferred. Oh, Freeze, I had to go to the ER. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Hope things went okay. Hope you're okay, like, long term. And Freezite saying, I like you in best, or you on. Yeah, that's... And for those of you who don't have it pulled up, those are being spelled YOUIN, or basically the Chinese currency. Freezite saying Yuan's cool, like a coffee brand. I don't think that sounds like a coffee brand. WD saying we'll stick with UN. Papan. I don't know what that says. We're in Southeast Asia somewhere. Probably. What side are we? I'm not sure what's happening here. Yeah, Freezite asking Malaysia. It's going to be Malaysia or Indonesia. Just don't know which one. Yeah, cars are driving on the left-hand side. When they're passing each other, they're doing it on the left. This is such a good one. Can you all hear my candle? I forgot I lit a candle like an hour ago, or I guess like an hour and a half ago now. And it's just very loud. It's making candle noises. I don't know if you can hear it, because I know you can hear a lot of the other sounds that go on. But I can blow it out. I kind of want to blow it out, because it's annoying me. But I don't feel like getting up. But if you all can hear it, then I'll blow it out. Because it's just this kind of faint ambient noise. Ambient noise. I don't know why I had to say it like that. Freezite saying candle makes noises. Now I have to get the candle. That's hot. Alright, listen to this. You hear that? It's the crackling. Don't know. You all aren't gaslighting me on this. Christopher Lexing didn't realize a candle makes noises. You're not gaslighting me. I'm holding it up to the mic. See, there we go. Freezite saying I've never heard a candle so loud. Ooh. Ill Tired asking one of the Woodwick ones. It is a Woodwick one. Yeah. I could smell my roommate's room from down the hall one night, so I walked over. I'm like, dude, what candle do you have? And he was like, Woodwick. It's pretty solid. But yeah, ASMR session. ASMR content. No, but no, exactly, Freezite. It's a farting candle. That thing was loud, right? So you all were like, what do you mean a candle making noises? And then you heard that. Christopher likes saying Yankee candles are the best. I like Yankee candles, but it's... You know what it is? I don't know where one is here. That's what it is. I bought that one online. And then I got a really cool one. It's not on my desk anymore. I moved it to this thing we got out in the living room. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it is. It's a piece of furniture with some shelves on it and some drawers. And I put on it. I got these two kind of. What is it? Hold on. This is it was a very, very good candle. I'm gonna recommend this. It's like Everglades candle. Got it for Christmas. It's from this. And it's a really cool can. So the can's a cool decoration. That's why I've moved it out to I just got the so much for do not disturb. I just got the notification that the stream is starting on Discord. But this candle shop, they've got really cool cans, so I use them for decoration now. They're a little pricey, but they're cool. Freezite saying foot, now farting candle content. We're doomed, boys. Big ups. Make that bag. Bro. Freezite saying I thought of Ewan as a more incense kind of guy. I bought incense when I moved in here because I was like, oh, it'll be more potent. And then I got it and I was like, way too potent. So, got rid of it very quickly. That was like a 20-minute turnaround. Christopher likes saying Dilarang is forbidden in both Indonesian and Malay. What is Dilarang? Okay, we have the concrete road now, which tends to be a Filipino thing. Spider built. Oh, it was on that sign. Wait, I'm confused. What is that? What is Dilarang? Oh, it means forbidden. Dilarang itself isn't forbidden. It means forbidden. I eventually got what you were putting down. American flag, that's helpful. Not really what I needed right now. It's seriously bugging me. I'm stuck on the fact that I just got the notification for the stream starting. I realize I got it just now because of daylight savings and it not accounting for that. But I mean more that the smart focus thing is sending that through. Like, yes, that is an important notification. Thank you. The stream is starting in Discord. That's the notification that I needed. I have no idea how all the new features work. Indonesian flag. Also just Indonesian everything right here. So I assume we're good with Indonesia there? Freezite asking, have you tried unplugging it, sir? Have I tried unplugging this? I don't know. Good question. I can't believe I hadn't thought of that. Thank you, Freezite. Freezite saying that's what I tell everybody. I mean, that is the joke always, that if you try turning it off and turning it back on again, but this is it's too complicated. I don't understand any of this stuff anymore. There's gonna be Brazil or Mexico. The giant Mexican flag would indicate. Monterey. Mexican flag. I'm gonna assume that this is Mexico. This is a cool building. Yeah. Christopher likes saying Mexico. Freezite asking, where's Arturo? I don't know. Let's not manifest him saying something. Let's just send Monterey and move on before he can comment. Brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Oh no, there he is. There's Arturo with the A and the Mexican flags. Our poor friend, fan of very unfortunate soccer team. Freezite saying he's always here when Mexico comes up. Maybe he's like... Okay, that's actually really helpful. Because I was kind of thinking this could maybe be tracker coverage of that one train in Mauritania. But... Il-Pirate saying we need to manifest Sammy Marco with the train. Yeah, maybe that's how we know when it's Mexico. Arturo appears. Cat's asking, where is this? I would assume Argentina. We saw Spanish. We're in the desert. Where's the sun? Sun's on pretty much directly west. I guess this also could be Mexico, actually. Arturo is here, so it could be Mexico. Why is my nose so itchy? Freezite saying Vanessa has a fan, maybe Arturo. Alright, well, this is all we get. So, let's try to get to this van over here. We're not going to get there. Ooh, Christopher likes saying US 0, Dominican Republic 1, top of the 4th. FYI. Which round is this? Is this the, why is Duolingo getting through the do not disturb setting? Okay, it's the semifinal. Who's on the other side of the semis? I'm just putting the phone on airplane mode at this point. And off the Wi-Fi. That's just, okay, semifinals, yep. Oh, Venezuela versus Italy. What? No way. Venezuela, Italy? Okay, yeah, so Venezuela beat Japan. No, that's just give me scores. I need to see it. I need to see that it's actually, that's crazy. And then when's the final? Tuesday? Nice. Well, would not expect Italy. Freezite saying Italy, you mean the tri-state area? Is that actually what it... Is that... Hold on. Now we are in a rabbit hole. It's just going to be a bunch of Italian Americans, isn't it? Yep. Tampa, Florida. It's just Italian Americans. Now it makes sense. Now I get it. Now I get it. It all makes sense now. Wait, yeah. You're saying the tri-state area. Yeah, Ridgewood. Multiple friends from there. Manhattan. Mount Kisco. Wayne, New Jersey. Brooklyn. Brick Township. Port Orange. Where in Florida is that? No. If it were Miami, I'd say that's part of the tri-state area. But yeah, okay. I get it now. That's hilarious. Sorry, had to go in that rabbit hole. Now gonna catch up in the chat. Italy won the U.S. group. That's crazy. Yeah, laugh now, but they beat the U.S. last week. Yeah, I've heard we haven't been good with direction of the mountains. And mountains are north and east. Sammy Marco joining in, saying, hey, chat. Hello, Sammy Marco. McBeath saying, pretty sure Ewan McGregor visited this place in a show where he rode a bike from Ushuaia to LA. You think it's Argentina. Tracks with the mountain positioning. My only concern is that it could be Mexico. True Bolivia, tall flat plain. El Tired is asking, am I allowed to check an obscure book? It reminds you of something. If the obscure book helps with this, no. But yes, we did in fact manifest Sammy Marco. Where was it? It's not that far up. It was yeah, we need to manifest Sammy Marco with the train coming from Il Tired. Coming to you live from Blacksburg Transit. Let's go. Oh, okay, cool. US tied it up with the DR. We love that. Okay. I mean, McBeath seems to think Ewan McGregor came here in his show and that it was Argentina. That's kind of the best thing we have. El Tired saying, I don't know about Argentina. It's too flat and not as many mountains. It makes sense, though. Like, oops. like down here in Neocan, I think. Okay, Sammy Marco saying I've seen a YouTube video where people. I've got a burp coming. Where people visited a train like that and you believe it was Bolivia. This isn't good. Okay. Yeah, mountains in the east. Oh, wait, yeah, mountains in the east. I got my east and west mixed up. Duh. So, I think that makes it Bolivia. Or Mexico. But I'm going to do a poll. Start a poll. Bolivia. Yeah, I spelled that right. Bolivia. Mexico. I'm gonna throw in some others. Argentina, which it's not. Other. Katz is asking where's the sun. It was directly west when we looked at it. West and a little bit to the south. McBeath's saying could be Bolivia. Okay, what's the poll doing? We've got 2 for Bolivia, 1 for Mexico, 4 for Bolivia, 1 for Mexico. Is the Mexico one just Arturo? Is that just Arturo voting Mexico because haha? Or like... Okay, fair enough, Christopher, like, not voting. I can't tell. That's valid. Yeah. Do the wagons have any other? No, there's ATK. No, there's nothing else that's helpful. Bicycle. Freezite saying I voted Bolivia. Bolivia seems to make the most sense here. Bolivia has the overwhelming support. Arturo's claiming I didn't vote. Sure. Are we good to do Bolivia then? I mean, overwhelming support on the poll. No other evidence we're getting, so. Okay, Arturo saying didn't vote because I don't know. What do we have going on here? Bolivia. It says it right there. It says Bolivia. No way. Are we good with that? That's crazy. That is the most random chance. Freezite saying I recall reading about Bolivia dumping their old trains in the desert. El Tired saying score. Cat saying send Bolivia. There you go. Yep, Arabic there too. W Dig saying shout out National Pride. Awesome. What a great find. We were going to get it right anyway, but that's just hilarious. Oh, wait a minute. Auckland bin? Is this going to be Auckland? Let me get the bin. Oh! Scored another run. Now up on the Dominican Republic. It's kind of pointless if we end up playing Italy in the final, though, because it's just the U.S. versus the U.S. If anything, like, it's... See, that's the problem with a sport that is confined to, like, here. Or, I guess, here. Having a world championship. It's that you get the Italian national team is just a bunch of it. Like, that feels weird. Good for them if they do it. I think that's hilarious. But it just feels like a flaw. You know? And Sammy Marcos saying you all almost guessed Argentina. That's valid. In my defense, I got East and West mixed up. Yep, .co.New Zealand. Let's do it. Freezite saying the DR is going to make minced meat out of the US team. Those dudes are unstoppable. Yep, exactly. I would assume the Dutch players filled with players from Curacao. Let's do New Zealand. Oh, it's Dunedin. Look at that. What's that? I remember seeing it was like Bruce Bochy was the coach of the French national team. I'm like, that man is American. So this is an ad for Patagonia, Port San Julian. Where is the port of San? I would assume it's in Chile. Freezite saying Argentina. Do you know something I don't? Oh, yep, there it is. Port San Julian. Julian. I don't know. Any objections to literally finding the town that's on the board? And I think that's the ocean out there. Nope, those are mountains. Sammy Marcos saying, online acquaintance of mine is having his birthday today. Love that. Always love a birthday. Okay, let's do Argentina. Love it. Il Tired saying it was in my book. Okay, it's called the Atlas Obscura, and it shows weird places in history, or gotcha, weird places to travel to. Seems like an interesting spot. Was in fact obscure. Let's look at this. Okay, that's not helpful. That's also not helpful. Let's just go this way. This could be so many places. Why is my eye itchy now? Yeah, I guess thinking about it, there's so many different international competitions going on right now. There's Six Nations concluded yesterday. World Baseball Classics going on. There's a Turkish flag right there. What else was recent? Olympics. There's gotta be something else. There's something else I'm thinking of. World Cup's coming up. Do we want to just say this is Turkey? I feel like it's gonna be Turkey. Let's look for a DER sign. Freezite, what are you trying to say there? Will baby be named Ewan? I hope so. Ulas or Ulas and Sivas. Just gotta find a DER sign. Oh, right. World Cup playoffs are at the end of the month too. I forgot about that. Yeah, W. Dixon. Oh my goodness. W. Dixon Turkey question mark. I could see that. I'm very, Oh, his baby, not birthday. That's what W. Dick is trying to say, and now that all makes sense. I fully just did not read that correctly. Exactly, Sammy Marcos. So much sports right now. International sports, specifically. That's more the point I'm trying to make. So there's always a bajillion sports happening. Christopher Lex saying, I told someone at work today I've been running around like the Roadrunner about to sneak out like Wile E. Coyote. And I'll laugh like Woody Woodpecker when I walk out. Bro's really enjoying work. Are we good with Turkey here? I feel like we kind of know this. Also, this one's just really annoying because it's moving at a snail's pace, and I want to be done with it. Yep, W. Dick saying send Turkey. We out. Cool. Wanted to be done with that one. Bunsingen. Probably Germany. That way looks cloudy. Let's go this way. Yep, Cat saying Turkey. What's going on here? We got Rubigen. Freezite saying Germany. W. Dig saying Germany. Let's do it. I gotta plug in the computer. Meant to plug it in before we started. What am I gonna unplug? I hope that doesn't. Yep, that's a different computer charger. Oh no, wait. This charger's dead. I need the charger that was plugged in already. Notice how I'm completely ignoring what just happened. Is this the right charger? I just glanced at the chat. People saying too fast. Problem is, multiple people said Germany. Very quickly. So I just trusted them. So, I figured I could trust that. I was wrong. My bad. Only at 85, though. Community map? Clubs? There's clubs now? Tired saying we should try State Streak for once. State Streak kills me, though, because it's just like every place looks the same. The clubs thing is kind of bamboozling me. Freezite saying I'm under the influence of medicines too. See, Christopher like saying State Streak is horrible. Because you just get middle of nowhere U.S. and you wander around for 3 hours. It was so easy to have not have done that. Yeah, Tired saying just for something different. We could figure out a fun. I have an idea. That was just so avoidable. Poyo. Just Wollongong. City of Wollongong, Australia. Poland. Poyo. Do we want to try this? We'll do play along. Poyo. I have no idea what this is. Go ahead. Join in. I don't know what this is about to be. Something interesting, I'm sure. Yep, Freezite saying let's do it. Freezite famously not in favor of Poyo. Famously very anti-Poyo. Alright. Let's get rolling. Pretty sure you can join in at any time as we're playing. If you're not joined in already, this is terrible. Don't really have room to complain. Clicked on a random Poyo map, but still. Freezite is the leader of the famous anti-Poyo League for life. Yeah, Christopher, like, not loving this. Okay. I have some thoughts here. I'm gonna think out loud. Because it's not even giving it away. Because who knows if my guesses will be accurate. We have these fans here. So there's no air conditioning in this building. Or, like, internal air conditioning. So it's a hot place. There's no AC. Super combat mission. Laser. Everything's in English. What outlet is that? I don't know that outlet. Ooh. Cat's asking why Pollo. I have no idea. I have no idea why this is Pollo. Alright, I'm gonna do Philippines because of the English. And the fans. It's hot. I'll give everybody else time to make their guesses. I'm trying to remember if this is the outlet they use there. Yeah, I know. The plug is weird. I don't know what to do about the plug. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, period, really. But I don't know. Oh, we got 5 people in now. Okay. Okay, you'll start saying multi-country plug. Lots of Asian countries have them. There we go. I'm confident with my guess then. Maybe, maybe I'm going to move my guess to Manila. Yeah, Kat saying I just joined. Christopher Like saying I guess first. Give you all some time here. We got 4 guesses in. 5 guesses. Let's do it. Way to go, everybody. We killed it. We killed that. No, I just refuse to believe that that's where it is. No. Is the Ladona Plaza? Ladona Plaza. Okay, India. I don't think it was. Random Molly was so funny. That's definitely wrong. But that's so funny. W Dig was so close. But it was in Molly. Alright, way to go, team. Yeah, Cat's asking who's shopping there, the camels. Yeah, W Dick saying, bro, I need those points. I mean, at least everybody failed horribly. A Filipino flag. I mean, I'll leave this pointing over here and just kind of let people go crazy on the Philippines here. Freeside saying W Dick still dominated. W Dog. I like W Dog. That's funny. I wish I were better at Filipino geography. Is the move here just in the middle? Pane. Yeah, exactly, W Dig. This is a shot in the dark. Well, for some of us, I fear Cats is just gonna get this. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Freeside saying try Cebu. Cebu's kind of. It's kind of in the middle. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Somebody else can try Cebu. Christopher like, come on, this map doesn't suck. That was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. You know what we should do next? The Mali map. Or the Belarus map. Belarus map would be solid. What's that one town Drew and I kept picking every time? Wasn't there. Where did we decide to go every time? I really don't remember. Gomel, that was it. Gomel. Gomel, Belarus. Alright. People want to finish up getting their guesses in? Look at my crazy high score of 6. Does he give a standings mid-game or something that we can look at? Yeah, Frizzette saying I got married in Gomel, of course. I'm tired. Just gonna say, watch, this is like South America according to the map maker. Cat saying I got the same high score as Ewan. We're just that good. It's crazy. All right. 5-second shot clock, or 10-second shot clock. W. Dig saying I got TikTok recently that was some girl's work commute monthly from Minsk to Albany. That's crazy. I've got to look that up. What are you doing in Albany that you're living in Minsk? All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we all did guess. That's weird. Yep, okay. So I was very off there. Of course, there's Cats. Absolutely killing it. McBeath, Christopher Lykiel, tired. Alright, have fun. I don't know what to do with this. I've got a couple guesses. Okay, Catasenia, Agusan del Norte. Okay, that's a province of the Philippines. I did not know. I mean, y'all can see that. I feel like this is more notable. No idea what that plate is. These guys are just chilling. I definitely have a thought here. Yeah, Iltai saying I saw Norte and went to the north of the country. Rational thought. Here we go. We got someone with a guess in already. I'm gonna... Oh, no, I don't like that. I'm torn between the Caucasus and northern Pakistan, but I'm going Caucasus. Matter of fact, I'm doing there. Okay, they split Agusan province into north and south. Makes sense. Maybe over here, or maybe there. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to do this side of Georgia so I can get some points for when it's a different part of Asia. All right. 10. Freeze's getting in my head. The entire was more like Pakistan, but the Pakistani mountains are steeper. All right, I'll do Pakistan. Going once, 5, 4, 3. There we go. We got 5 guesses in. Nice. Oh, it was Afghanistan. That's crazy. Well, now we know what that looks like. Oh, no, I don't think it's... Iltired saying 5 players, so if you see 4 guesses, you're the 5th. No, I think it's in addition to me. I'm pretty sure. I still don't know how any of this has anything to do with Pollo. They're driving on the left-hand side. I'm just somewhere in Australia. I don't care where. It's here. That's what I'm doing. Freesite saying, "See, no one listens to me." Honestly, yeah, you've been killing it the past few rounds, Freesite. Though I didn't hear you suggest Mali on that first one, so. Oh boy, Drew's here. Drew's saying wrong, Belarus. Freesite saying Pollo is life. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, Pollo is life, so everywhere on the planet is therefore fair game in this. That does make sense. Drew, we were just talking about Gomel in Belarus and how we should do the Gomel map. 5 players, 4 guesses, and Cat saying hi, Drew. Drew's been missing for a while. He's back. All right, 5 guesses are in. Now That's really funny. Cat's absolutely killing us that round with 11 points. Crazy round, guys. Yeah, I would have assumed Namibian sand was more white too, Iltired, especially in that area. Cat saying you're still leading. Am I? Wait, was I leading? I didn't even realize that. Exactly, Iltired. I thought the color looked like Uluru. That's exactly what my thinking was as well. But Drew's saying I've been busy getting my money up, not my funny up. College, rural, there. I like how they had to cover that up so the GeoGuessrs couldn't use it. Exactly, Frieza. Drew making that cheese. Drew making the crazy money. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna go with there. That's gonna be my guess. Random Guatemala. Why do I think random Guatemala? They're Spanish, and the blue on the building is the color of the Guatemalan flag. And this is Central America. That's my reasoning. My big brain reasoning. Wow, 6,000 scores is crazy. We're doing a great job here. There's just the one dude standing there. Is that a... Yep, that's a US t-shirt. Very cool. Very cool. I wish you guys could hear Drew right now. He sounds very funny at the moment. His nose is all clogged up, so he's all like, eh. It's pretty funny. Christopher likes saying watch to be South America. It could be Colombia. It could fully be Colombia. But I don't know. We're in the final round, and I have 6,000 points. There's no real winning here. We've got 5 guesses in. Let's run it. All right, well, props to Iltired, who got the correct continent. Oh, this is the Comoros. Oh, I got 1 point. Bunch of us got 1 point. Cats with 2 points. Christopher Like with 19 points. Iltired with 570 points. That was hilarious. I think this is a great map simply for how absolutely bamboozling it is. That's too funny. Yeah, Iltired saying, I thought it was French, not Spanish. Gotcha. So went to French speaking. That makes sense. And then the rest of us all, yep, Central America. Christopher Light going with Uruguay. So we have, yep, Cats winning. McBeath coming second. Iltired in third. Way to go, everybody. That was weird. Do we want to play that again? That was kind of interesting, but also would be totally down to do it a completely different map. What are people thinking? I just love that one for how stupid it was and how absolutely random all of the multiple rounds where we cats. The Philippine round was clutch, though I had the advantage there. What was funny to me was that except for that round where someone pretty much got it on the dot, we were all over the place the entire time. It was completely bamboozling. Like, that was so funny. So we can do that one again. What else do we have? Dirty World? That doesn't sound fun. Arbitrary Argentina sounds horrible. Car meta. Extreme region guessing. Very good map. No move, no pen, no zoom training. Interesting. That could be a fun one. Balanced AI generated Chile sounds horrible. Car meta practice. Urban world. Extra informed world. UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Arbitrary US. That sounds terrible. Balanced Oman sounds interesting. There's some that sound funny to me. Like a balanced Oman sounds hilarious. Because it's all just going to be us clicking on random parts of Oman. And to me, I'm like, haha, that's funny. But I realize to other people it's going to be annoying. All the Weatherspoons also sounds funny. City Skylines could actually be cool. Do we want to try that? I think we've done that one before and it was kind of solid. Christopher saying 0.1 seconds. I think that one's just going to be like it puts you at the Eiffel Tower. Here, we can try that one. Oh, it's at hard. Interesting. Ooh, and public transit of the world. I think we have time for both. What, 18 minutes left? Let's do both. Let's do 0.1 seconds to find out what this is. And then public transit of the world. Alright. Go ahead and join in. I'll give you a second. Yeah, Drew's saying I got tubes in my nose. Drew does, in fact, have tubes in his nose. It's pretty funny. I called him the other day. And he had cotton in either nostril being held together by a medical mask that was folded up. Really funny. Great screenshots I got. We want to not do this one. This kind of sucks. I thought this would give us not rural roads. This is, yeah, let's not do this one. We'll go back. Where was the public transit of the world one? Public transit of the world. Alright. Start game. Reminder, you're able to join in at any time using the QR code. Afterdunen Hotel. Oostdunenkirk Dune Park. I want to know the country. Can I find this? It's in the Oost. So, watch I find it, and then we all just know where it is. Oostdunenkirk. Oost. That's Germany over there. Or this town could be on the other side of the country, and it's just the eastern part. I didn't consider that. Or it's in Amsterdam. I have no idea. I have no idea what to do here. I'm gonna go for... yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm deciding that this is East Rotterdam. That's my guess. We got 3 guesses. I don't know what to do with this. Oh, I guess I could move around, but no. W Dick saying, not gonna lie, I'm feeling good here. I'm happy for you. I think we're all actually gonna get the correct country this time, which will be crazy. Unless I look and now there's... Hold up. These are all Belgian plates, if anyone is interested in changing their guess. Oh, Katz is saying it sounded like Dunkirk, so I found the town. Oh. Okay. Well. Yeah, I'm just gonna go there. Katz is saying you have to send Netherlands then. Are you all not able to change your guess and I have to stick with the Netherlands? Is that how it works? Drew saying Oost sounds like east. Go east of Dunkirk. Oost is definitely east. But if you guys are stuck with whatever you initially guessed, then I will go back to my guess of Rotterdam, because that's only fair. Alright, I'm just gonna do it. I know I'm wrong. Yep. Good job, gang. Where is it? Guys, that's crazy. That's actually crazy, guys. W Digging Cats got it spot on, and I'm in the wrong country. Good job, guys. Yeah, Drew saying perked up Drew onto something. Bro was in fact on the perk the other day. Vendez. Okay, I see things here. I know what I'm doing. Freezite saying, alright guys, I gotta go lay down. Have a good week all. Have a good week, Freezite. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I'm trying to think, do I just stop looking around and try to be better at guessing than you all, or do I give you the shot? Drew saying my problem would have been not knowing what country Dunkirk is in. Classic Drew. I know what country this is, but I don't know what city. Wait. I've maybe ridden this train line. I think I know where this is. I'll let people guess. Yeah, Kat saying I know what country this is too. I assume people know what country this is. Maybe Drew doesn't. But I think I've ridden this train. Maybe. I have maybe ridden this train. There's a decent chance I haven't. Oh, the rural show. Oh. I don't want to look for the station, because then you're all just going to see me looking, and I think I have an actual good guess for once. Ooh, Joel Freak's in Montreal. Hello, Joel Freak. Welcome in. I can't see you all. I can't have you all. Wait, don't I have a little thing on here to cover it? Nope, not that one. Oh, I thought I had something that hid my map for this scenario. I'm scrolling through my items in OBS. No, I seem to have deleted the thing that covered up my map so that I could look. Man, what a shame. I'm just gonna look. I could be totally wrong. Via del Monte, Leopardi. See, I have to just guess one randomly because I can't give it to you all. Oh, can't look too hard. Can't look too hard. I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna do that so you can't look at what I did. Iltard saying I can't see anything other than your map when I do it. What do you mean? I don't understand. Drew saying if only there was a rewind feature. Well, you know what? I don't think about that. I don't know what this looks like from the audience's end. I don't think about that. And don't remind people of it. Shut up. Yeah, WDig laughing at that. Yeah, thanks, Drew. Big brain Drew here. There's a reason we're at 2 guesses out of 5 because people are actually big braining this and going for the exact station. If so, I'm gonna start a shot clock. I'm gonna pull out the phone and start a shot clock. We're doing 20 seconds remaining. There you go. 17, 16. WDig saying, nah, YOLO'd it. Come on, people. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. There we go. The guesses are coming in. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. 5 guesses. Ooh, no, that's unpleasant. Joel Freak asking, are we playing basketball? I hate this. I figured there were no mountains. Joel Freak asking if we're playing basketball. No, well, brilliant. So much for going places and being like, I've ridden this train. Yep, ill-tired and cats get in the right area. Brilliant. No basketball, but still need for a shot clock. Joel Freak. What we got going on? Wait a minute. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way. Oh. Cat saying I kind of saw that board said Milano Garibaldi. That's smart. Joel Freak saying I saw the 4 new videos you put out this week, so happy you're able to knock out that editing backlog. Thanks, Joel Freak. That was a lot of work that went into that, so I really appreciate you acknowledging it. Oh boy. So here's what's going on here. I'm trying to. This is the shade. Senegal check. Senegal check. Made a bunch of graphics yesterday, the ones I mentioned last week, so I animated the map. Made this fun little graphic. That's kind of where we are. I don't know. I'm working on it. I do work on it. I just, other responsibilities. Nothing else I can say, really. None of us have made a guess yet on this. I'm going to go with Kuala Lumpur. There. Joel Freak saying he's going to be 40 before we get his videos from his teens. Those videos were made. Senegal video was made when I was 25. And I am 26. Drew saying he's already 40. You're 40, Drew. Drew is 40. Drew's the unk. Uh-oh. How do I make that go away? There we go. Alright, we got 2 guesses in. Joel Freak saying, don't ask how old I am. And Drew saying, nope, not unk. I don't know, Drew. Drew's pushing 30. It's crazy. Alright. We're doing a shot clock. 20 seconds. 17, 16. We got 3 guesses in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then the horrible noise. All right. We're going. Look at that. Everyone went with one of 2 cities. And it was Jakarta. W-Dig, Ill-Tired, Christopher Like, all getting that, while Katz and I went for Kuala Lumpur. Drew saying you were the 5th player who hadn't guessed. That's not how it works. Okay, well that's... W-Dig saying A, Christopher Like saying woo. Yeah, good job, everybody. Drew saying it is. No, it isn't. It said 4 out of 5 and you hadn't guessed. Yes, and then we'll go up to 5 players, 5 guesses, and I still will have not guessed. Okay. I know what country this is, as I'm sure do many of you. Oh, here we go. This will be fun for everybody. Joel Freak saying last guess for the night. No, we got 2 more, I believe. I'm just going to do the north of France. Bosmont, Serre. Maybe Brittany. Maybe I feel like doing Brittany. At 9:59 p.m. It's 9:58. We're on Quebec time. Alright, I'm going there. Plus, we got to finish the game. Alright. We got 1 guess in. I'm just feeling random northern France. Joel Freak saying, oh, that's a lot more time than I know. But we can't just call it mid-game. We got to finish the game. It's only 5 rounds. We're on the 4th round. Alright, 3 guesses in. Give you a couple more seconds before I start the shot clock. Teeing it up. Alright, you got 20 seconds. Like my other timers on here of 6.5 hours. No idea what that was for. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Horrible sound. Joel Freak saying, yes, I understand how the shot clock works in basketball. I'm just using it as the timer for please get your guess in. There we go. Random Northern France paid off. Look at that. McBeath killing it. And then me. Everyone else, the lames, getting much further away. McBeath and I, of course, also at the very bottom. Ill-Tired, W-Dig seem to be, well, there's really everything to play for going into this final round. So let's see. What do we got going on here? Ooh. We've got this train station. A couple cars. Yep. I know what I'm doing. Do I leave it here? I feel like leaving it right here is funny. Alright. We're just going to begin the countdown now. It's 10 p.m. I'll give it 30 seconds. Make your guesses. I know what I'm doing. Ooh, okay. Thank you, W-Dig. Drop the March Madness bracket in the Discord. 20 seconds. Make your guesses. I don't know where specifically in this country I'm going, but I've got a good idea. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hate that sound. I hate that sound. I hate that sound. I'm going outside of Bucharest-ish. All right. So we got Cats. Cats absolutely killing it. That's insane, Cats. That is unbelievable. Drew saying you thwarted me with airplane mode. See, I know better. I know better. So I'm assuming Drew just tried to text me something to try to get it to show up on my screen. Yeah, so then I went with Bucharest. W-Dig also pretty much went with Bucharest. Then what? Ill-Tired went with... Where is this? Northern Serbia. Christopher Like went with Slovakia. Alright, final results. W-Dig winning. Ill-Tired in second. Cats in third. Congrats to W-Dig. And with that, another good week. We start over again next week, back at 0. But it's a fun time. Joel Freak saying he's in airplane mode. That's cheap. No, because I don't want Drew texting me while I'm doing this, because I'm trying to make something show up on my screen. So, have a wonderful week, everybody. I will see you back here next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Until then, enjoy yourselves. And, yeah, have a great week. Bye.